You don't have to be moving to break any speed records. This is the world's first f1.0 autofocus lens for mirrorless camera systems, offering stunning bokeh, incredible low light performance, and a build quality that we haven't seen in a prime lens for a long time. It's the brand new XF 50mm f1.0 lens from Fujifilm. Hey everyone, Andrew from Wilkinson Cameras, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you press the like button, subscribe and the bell icon so you can be notified of all our new videos. Just to let you know before we begin, this is a pre-production lens from Fujifilm, so the quality you see now might not represent the final outcome. When designing autofocus lenses, most companies top out at around f1.2, but today I'm really excited to show you this piece of groundbreaking kit. Now, it's not a light lens by any means, it weighs in just around 845 grams, but the weight is really nicely distributed all along the lens. And even on the X-T4, which by Fujifilm standards is a little bit chunkier than normal, it's well balanced and offers great ergonomics and handling. The lens doesn't look out of place on the X-T4, but might look a little bit odd and maybe a little bit weighty on some of the budget or smaller bodies that Fujifilm offer. And I assume if you're using this lens, you're going to be more on the serious side of shooting. And if you're not already using an X-T4, it's definitely the time to start having a look at it, as it's one of my personal favourite cameras that's ever been released. One of the things that the all-metal construction of this lens lends itself to is the fact that it is a WR lens, so it is weather resistant and it is incredibly well built. You can tell just by feeling it that it's going to stand up to any conditions that you might throw at it. Like you'd expect from any of Fujifilm's high-end XF lenses, it features a mechanical aperture ring which starts at 1.0 moving all the way up to 16, something that I like personally if you've seen the X-T4 review, as it provides a different level of control, especially in a world where cameras are getting more and more buttons. It's nice to kind of have a bit more of a traditional control back onto a camera. You can, of course, set it to automatic, which allows control in the camera using the dials and the buttons, or of course, if you're shooting in full automatic mode, lets the camera do all the work for you. The large and tactile focus ring that you find at the front provides quite an unprecedented level of control. Obviously, shooting at 1.0 aperture, you need pin sharp control over your focus, and I'm glad to say this lens does it with minute details every single time you move it. But it does allow for fast changes as well. With a 120-degree arc, you can go through the whole focus length. The XF 50mm shoots at an equivalent of 75mm, which is only slightly hampered by the fact that it does have a minimum focus distance of 0.7 meters, something that in my testing today hasn't gotten in the way, but it does mean that you can't get as many close-ups as you'd want to with that 1.0 aperture. The quality of the optics is really where the XF 50mm shines, no pun intended, with 12 elements in 9 groups, 1 aspherical and 2 ED elements as well. The front of the element is concave, and considering it's APS-C, it does actually have quite a wide filter size of 77mm. 9 rounded aperture blades as well complete this gorgeous lens, which provides you with all that beautiful circular bokeh. One thing I don't normally mention is the lens hood that comes with the lens, and that's because normally it's just a lens hood. But the lens hood on the XF 50mm I've found has actually been exceptional at keeping out lens flares and any kind of other light leaks that you'd expect. So well done Fujifilm, it's a great lens hood. The gorgeous imaging isn't just limited to photography, with videography being one of the key selling points for this lens as well, with beautiful defocused shots that are especially useful as an ex-music video producer, something that I used to use a lot, especially for cityscapes and nighttime shooting. I even found as well, despite the huge depth of field that this lens provides, the eye tracking on the X-T4 was incredibly accurate and kept up even if I was moving around in the shot. It's a lens that offers incredible creative opportunities, stunning portraits, and a unique perspective for photographers and videographers alike. If you'd like to know more about the XF 50mm f1.0 lens or anything in our Fujifilm range, make sure you pop in store, visit us online, or give us a call, and we're more than happy to help.